Centuries had gone by with no word from the Sol system. Records showed humanity as dead after a final war burned their homeworld. The Galactic Council, proud and comfortable with their treaties, saw no danger in the ruins of a primitive species that once believed bombs made them gods. Then the Vanguard showed up. Commander Beckett stood still on the bridge, arms crossed behind his back, feet planted firmly on steel as stars spread out ahead. The Titan-class warship Vanguard, Earth's last and most dangerous weapon, had slipped into the Epsilon Aerodani system without any warning. No introduction, no greeting, just a shadow 9,000 meters long blocking the Council's newest station like a hunter ready to strike. The bridge was quiet. Too quiet. A quiet that meant something. Not fear, but knowing. Everyone aboard had trained for this moment. They weren't talkers. They weren't explorers. They were soldiers shaped by Earth's final days. Beckett's low, cold voice cut through the air. Status achieved. "We are in orbit, Commander." "No trouble," replied Lieutenant Graves, a thin man marked by scars under both eyes and steady hands. "The Council station is turning on shields. Their ships are moving to intercept. Status: no response from us yet. They're scanning. Passive only. They can't match our signal." Beckett's mouth twisted. Of course they couldn't. The Vanguard didn't show up in any file. It was old Earth tech, powered by devices that didn't need names. Old stories said it was destroyed before Earth fell. Those stories were wrong. Beckett gave his order. "Keep position. Open a channel to them, no codes. I want them to hear us plain and clear." Graves nodded and tapped the console until empty static filled the bridge. A moment later, the AI chimed in. The line was open. Beckett spoke. "I am Commander Beckett of the Vanguard, the last survivor of Earth's military. You are running illegal arms work in a zone marked neutral. You break the old Sol Legacy Accord. Stop what you are doing or face erasure." Nothing. Deep in the Council's war room on Bora Prime, a group of 12 alien species sat frozen watching the feed. Humans had returned, and not as peace seekers. The ship wasn't just a ship. It was fear made solid. The heat it gave off beat anything they'd seen since the Velkar Wars. Its shell was flat black, the edges sharp like shattered bones. Its main weapon glowed soft red, pointed at the station's power core. Ambassador Corton, a reptile strategist from the Three's Dominion, spoke first. "That warship is a phantom. They're gone. This must be a trick." Chancellor Veon, who led the Council, rose to his feet slowly. "No trick. That is real. No false image." Back on the Vanguard, a timer was running down. Beckett had set a limit of 60 seconds. He meant it. Earth had paid for waiting. There would be no bargaining now. Graves called out, 45 seconds left. The Council finally sent back one line of text. "We did not know this. Please do not fire." Beckett stared at the words without moving. "They beg when the gun is at their throat," he said quietly. "They forgot who we were." 30 seconds ticked by. He thought back. Cities turned to ash, friends lost in caved-in bunkers, leaders who ran while their soldiers fell. Beckett had watched his brother burn in a bad escape plan. He had sworn that if his people ever came back to space, they would rule or perish. Kings did not bow. "Get the main weapon ready," Beckett said. The Vanguard thrummed deep and dark. The view outside grew dim as power built up in the front spine. Lights on the bridge jumped and flashed. A new message came in. "We wish to work this out. Let us speak." Beckett's eyes went thin. "Too late for words," he said. The main weapon's charge lit the bridge in red. A death pulse moved through the ship like a warning roar. Outside the window, the stars trembled under the furious hum of systems built to wipe out worlds. But Commander Beckett did not flinch. His gaze was locked on the message. "We wish to work this out. Let us speak." He almost laughed. The Galactic Council, those spineless cowards who turned away when Earth needed aid, now wanted to have a talk. Back then, when the solar system was dying, when people sent out calls for help, when fire fell from the sky, the Council said nothing. Not a sound, no rescue ships, no help, not even an answer. And now they wanted to chat. "Weapon charge at 92%, Graves said in a calm, even tone. "Target locked on the station's main fusion reactor. If it fires, 700 kilometers of everything dies." Beckett gave a slow nod. "Keep it charged." He turned away from the window and walked to the map table in the center. Above it hung a picture of the station. A bloated ring shape, silver, wrapped in weak shield blocks and old plasma guns, a relic of peacetime. "Built for arrogance, not war." "Show me their fleet," Beckett said. A second image appeared. 16 ships, 2 heavy ones, 10 mid-sized ones, 4 small ones. A normal council response, enough to scare off thieves or crush a small colony uprising. But they hadn't come for battle. They came to watch and trap. They hadn't even moved into a real fight shape. The fools thought Vanguard was bluff. A bluff? Incoming message with video, Graves said. Beckett turned. The screen above the table flickered. And there she was, Chancellor Veon. Her voice came through steady and clean. Her face was marked by long years of meetings and zero real combat. Soft lines, eyes that jumped around, lips smooth from practice in speeches. Commander Beckett, she said, we see you are here and know you have power. This is shocking, but it need not lead to death. Beckett said nothing. Veon went on, her nerves showing through her words. We studied our records. Earth's fall was marked as final. No contact, no survivors. If we had known you lived, we would have done the right thing. Beckett stepped forward. The camera tightened on his face. Hard jaw, scarred, eyes like stone. A line cut from his left brow to his lip, deep and jagged, showing years of rage and hurt. Did the right thing? He said, low and sharp. Like when you shut down my people's request to leave? When our top diplomat took his own life on your floor and you did nothing? When our children burned? Veon's face went tight. That was a time of crisis. The council was broken. We could not act as one. Beckett's voice cracked across the bridge like a whip. Everyone on the Vanguard froze. Do not lie to me. I was there. I was 23, posted on Europa. I watched Earth die from the stars while your ship sat at the border. Lights on, sound off. You did not help because we were no longer worth money. Your laws did not cover us. Your coffers did not need us. So you made us vanish. Veon's eyes got wide. We had no proof of a warship this big. If you fire, you start a galaxy-wide war. Beckett leaned in. You think war is new? War came long ago. It just has not knocked on your door. Veon's screen went dark. She had cut the link. Graves said, cowards always run? Beckett looked back at the station. The weapon hit 100%. The hum shifted to a high, steady shriek. One word from him and all life in that orbit would end. The Vanguard was not just metal. It was a death promise with engines. One prototype built in Earth's final years by engineers who no longer cared about right and wrong, only payback. Then a new voice came through. Soft, young, male, and shaky. Commander Beckett, it said. I am Ren Talvek. I am not part of the council. I work on the stations outside defense crew. Please, I know you do not trust us, but not all of us agree with what took place on Earth. Some of us know the facts. Some of us have found the real footage. Council lies. Turned away asylum pleas. Destroyed escape ships. They hid it all. Graves looked at Beckett, ready for an order. But Beckett put up a hand. Let the boy speak. I grew up on council feeds, Ren said. They told us Earth tore itself apart with war, plague, and tyrants. But I found the real footage. Council refusals. Blocked escape calls. Shot down rescue ships. They erased the truth to keep their story clean. I thought you should know, Ren added. Not all of us want this to end in fire. Not all of us think humanity has no place out here. Some of us still hold on to hope. Beckett stared at the speaker like it owed him answers. Had this boy ever buried his own kin in toxic soil? Had he held a dead friend who asked for water he could not give? Trust was simple for the innocent. But Beckett had left innocence behind long ago. He turned to Graves. Kill the main weapon's power. Send it to the shields instead. Graves's eyes went wide. Beckett repeated. You heard me. Yes, Commander. The ship's hum fell as the weapon's glow died, replaced by cold blue shield lights coming to life. On the station, the change made chaos. Alarms went quiet. Officers paused. The Council's fleet halted mid-move. Beckett opened the channel again. For Ren Talvek, you are either the bravest idiot in this orbit or the one man here who is not a coward. Either way, you get one shot. One chance. Ren's voice came back in shock. Yes, sir. Get me into the station's internal spy feeds. Full access. Every hall, every command area, every word spoke. You lie to me once, I finish what I started. Do you get me? Understood, Ren said. Beckett cut the link. Graves came over. Sir, do you really trust this Talv kid? Beckett let out a long breath. I do not care if I trust him. What I care about is power. If that station has rot, we unearth it. If they fight back, we crush them. If there is even a speck of truth left, we use it. He looked back at the void. The Council thought they could scare the galaxy into peace. They thought they could wipe us out with silence and paperwork. But the silence has been broken now, and paperwork burns just like Earth did. Inside the station, Ren ran faster than he ever had. His boots beat against steel, past shocked workers and wide-eyed guards. No one tried to stop him. Word had spread fast. The warship had not fired, and somehow a regular systems analyst from Deck 9 was talking to the person who ran it. He burst into the backup control room where his friend Aiden hunched over a terminal, panic in his eyes. "Tell me you got it open," Ren gasped, bending over him. "I had to break through 3 security walls," Aiden muttered, his hands flying. What these feeds are, they go deep into military secret systems. Normal people are not meant to see this. I could be charged with treason for being here. Beckett gave me full approval, Ren snapped. Aiden glanced up. Who approved that? No one on this station has more power than the Council. You know this is treason, right? Ren leaned closer. Beckett does not care about rules. If we do not help him now, he will burn this place flat. You saw that weapon? Aiden thought about it, then swore. All right, the feed is live. I tapped every hall camera, every open mic, all the rest not locked behind top-level codes. The screens came to life. Dozens of them. Each one showed a part of the station. Work areas, eating spaces, engine rooms. Some were calm, others full of rushed people. Crew members yelled orders. Defense systems were being checked and made ready. On one screen, a senior officer named Merrick spoke quietly into a device, his staff not watching. Zoom in on that one, Ren said, pointing. Aiden made the feed bigger. The sound was rough but clear. Merrick was mid-chat. I do not care what the Chancellor says. We are told to hold and wait for more ships. If he fires, we all perish. If we shoot first, we break the old treaty. I want choices. A pause. Then Merrick went on in a low voice. If I can single out the outsider, Talvik, I might give him over. Show Beckett we are not all united. Ren felt his stomach turn over. Aiden looked up at him. That guy plans to feed you to them. I know, Ren said, his jaw tight. Send that feed to the Vanguard right now. Back on the Vanguard, Merrick's betrayal filled the main screen. Beckett stood at the bridge's center, arms crossed, face blank. He is set to give over the only man trying to save his own people, Graves said. That is Council honor for you. Beckett's voice was flat. Mark him. We are tracking. Get a kill order set up. We will hold off. Beckett stepped closer to the screen, eyes going tight. Merrick is afraid, but he still thinks this is a game, something that can be traded. He thinks if he gives us one body, we will let him live. He is dead wrong, Graves said. Very wrong. Beckett turned to his crew. All top staff come to war table. We start phase 2. The bridge sprang to life. Images opened. Feeds from the station and the ships out there filled in. A huge 3-way map lit up in red and blue. The Vanguard at the core. Council forces spread out in tense half rings. Beckett tapped one symbol. A red dot marked Chancellor Veon's ship. Then another. The station's core. Then one more. Ren Talvik, normal access point. 3 weak spots, Beckett said. One is her. One is the station itself. One is him. That is our moral play. The station is split. We break it clean. Graves nodded. How do you want to do it? Beckett looked at him. We teach them what real unity means. The kind forged in flame. On the station, Ren's comms went off again. Talvik, Beckett's voice said, low and hard. We got word from Merrick. He is set to hand you over. He hopes that by giving you up, he can make peace. Your blood is not going to save him. Ren's blood froze. I know. I just saw it. You will not give yourself up, Beckett said. Do that and I level this whole place. Do you copy? I copy. You will keep running the spy feeds. Use them to find all the Council people who are making plans to fight back. Anyone not scared enough yet? I need their names. Ren hesitated. You are asking me to... I am not asking, Beckett cut him off. You came into this, Talvik. You wanted to matter. Now you do. Act like it. The channel went dead. Ren sat back in his seat, staring at all the screens. He felt sick. Was this what it meant to have a voice? Is this what Earth's people had become? He watched Merrick pace like a hunter stalking prey, and something inside him snapped. It was not justice, but it felt like staying alive. He typed a quick signal, tagged Merrick's code, and sent it to the Vanguard. 5 minutes later, Merrick's personal console blew up. The blast did not kill him. Beckett did not want him dead yet. It mangled his arm and smashed every screen around him. Guards pulled him from the wreckage, screaming, and across the station. Terror spread like fire in air. Beckett watched the fear spread from his bridge. "The council has gone quiet," Graves said. "No talk from Veon. No fleet moves in 7 minutes. They are waiting for the next person to take the fall," Beckett said. "They always do." He stepped away from the war table, went to the viewing window. Long ago, his father had brought him to an old Earth museum. He had seen words carved into a stone slab. "Peace is just a breath before the next betrayal." He had never forgotten that. "Graves, ready a drone? I want a message sent straight to their fleet. Just one message. Just me." 10 minutes later, a sleek black drone shot out from the Vanguard's front bay, flying quiet toward the Council's lead heavy ship. No guns, no codes, just one goal. Deliver the words and let them listen. Inside was a simple file. It opened with one image. Beckett stood on the Vanguard's bridge, arms crossed, his scarred face lit by red light. Then he spoke. "You forgot us. You let Earth die. You let our dead rot while you sat in your marble rooms polishing your chairs. You told your kids we fell because we were weak. But we did not die." The picture jumped. Shots of Earth's final days. Crowds running. Cities falling. Families grabbing at escape pods that would not open. Fire fell from the sky. "You erased us from space," Beckett's voice went on. "Now we have come back. Not to ask you for a place at your table, but to show you that fear made your peace. And fear is here now." The message ended with the Vanguard's main weapon slowly powering up again. The drone reached the Council fleet. And then the sky fell apart. The message hit like a blast. Every screen on the Council ships lit up with Beckett's face. It was not the cannon's glow that made them afraid. It was the cold, still look in his eyes. A man with that stare did not fire in rage. He fired with purpose. That was the line between war and erasure. On the lead heavy ship, Admiral Raoul Vosan yelled orders in a shaky voice. Sweat ran down his green-scaled face. "Move out of the way. Get shield up. Lock missiles on the warship's sides, not the gun. We cripple, not provoke," but his crew did not move. Junior staff stared blank at their screens. One said quietly, "He could kill us all with one shot." Another asked, "Why have we not run yet?" Vosan slammed his fist down. "We are the Council, hold." But his power was crumbling. Not from blood, from quiet. Inside the station, Wren walked to the backup control room, his nerves on fire. Iden sat at the feeds, eyes huge with shock. "That speech," he said. "It is going out now. Every ship in the fleet saw it. Even people here are watching it on their own screens." Wren wiped sweat from his face. Beckett knew what he was doing. He is not just threatening them. He is making them turn on each other. They are already split. Iden said, "Look at her." On one screen, Chancellor Veon paced in her room, people yelling at her through a private line. She was pale, her hands shaking, trying to stay calm, but her eyes gave her away. It was not just the Vanguard that scared her. It was what came next. Wren leaned forward. "Put me on all stations. Open feed." Iden hesitated. "Do it," Wren pushed. He did. The screens lit green. Open lines to every area, every crew, every person on the station. "This is Wren Talvek," he said, his voice sent everywhere. "You have all seen what hovers above us. You have seen what he can do." No need to say Beckett's name. They all knew. "Some think we can wait him out. Some think we can run or fire back. You are all wrong. He is not here to make a deal. He is here because we buried his people, because our council lied, because we acted like Earth did not matter." He paused. "You want to live? You want this station to make it? Then stop hearing from those who caused this. Stop taking orders from cowards who hide behind old rules they follow only when they want to. I am not your leader. I am not a soldier. I am just a man who is tired of dying for lies." The line cut. For 10 seconds, the station was silent. Then reports came in. Guards left their posts. Officers said no to launch orders. Engine crews shut down the weapons. Deck by deck, the lie of unity fell apart. Beckett watched it spread. Reports came in. 24% of the station's people are saying no to council orders, Graves said. 12 more are actively breaking the defenses. The uprising spreads. Beckett did not smile. He did not cheer. He just turned back to the war table. Time to move. Chancellor Veon stood still in her chamber, looking out at the Vanguard like it was a god of death. Her advisors yelled in her ear. Calls to get backup, leave, follow the rules. But her mind was far away. She saw Earth again. Shots she had hidden for years. Not the lies, but the raw truth. Kids crying in red-lit hiding spots, soldiers pulling the herd across broken ground, embassies burning and silent. She had been a junior diplomat then, weak but a part of it. Now it was her time. She opened a private line. "Get me Beckett." Seconds later, he was there on her screen. "Chancellor," he said, cold. "Commander Beckett," her voice broke. "This does not have to end in blood and death." He said nothing. She tried once more. "You have shown your power. The Council hears you now. We can give you land, money, respect for your name. We can make this right. You think this is about what I get?" Beckett cut in, his voice low and sharp. "You took 10 billion souls. You made them vanish. You forgot their names.
You disrespected their last breath.
You made their deaths easy for your peace." Her mouth shook. "You do not pay back ghosts with money," he said. "You must answer to them." The screen went black. Back in the backup control room, Wren got a new order. "Talvek," Beckett's voice came through. "We are going into the last phase. The station's core heads must be gone, all the way." Wren's heart raced. "Gone? How?" "Chancellor Vayon must be taken down, in front of people. We need the head broken, not just the body." Wren staggered back. "That was not what I signed up for." "You signed up to stay alive," Beckett said. "Start acting that way." The feed died. Wren stared at Iden, eyes wide. "You cannot be thinking of I do not know." Wren whispered. "I do not know anymore." Beckett stood alone on the Vanguard's watch deck. Below, the station glowed, barely holding up. Fleet shapes came apart. Orders were severed. The first break had turned into a chasm. But he was not done. He hit a pad and called up a private image. A face showed. An older man with silver hair, deep eyes, and the rank of dead Earth. "Beckett, your data reached us. You have set the galaxy on fire." Beckett nodded. That was the goal. "The hidden bases are ready," he said. "Last outpost, stand by." Beckett looked into the stars. "They left us once. It will not happen again." He turned away. The last speech had been queued up, sent from the Vanguard to the far reaches of space. "Humanity was not erased," Beckett's voice said, like judgment. "We were shaped in your betrayal. We return not as beggars, but as reckoning. This is not the start of peace. It is the end of silence." The Council tried to hit back, but it was far too late. 37 minutes after Beckett's final words, an urgent summit was called. Top people, war planners, and AI helpers joined a scared forum. All yelled, all talked at once, all tried to grab back power. It was not a meeting. It was a grave. They tried to erase the footage, kill the speech, cut off the feeds. But the words had burned into the galaxy's mind now. Every small moon, every poor settlement, every fringe uprising had seen it. Beckett's ship. Beckett's weapon. Beckett's vow. We return not as beggars, but as reckoning. Now the whole galaxy was tuned in. Inside the main chamber on Belmora Prime, shock turned to blame. A Venari leader blamed a RAN trade group for crushing Earth long ago. The Griaxium Union blamed the core worlds for making humanity into saints. Shouts of leaving the group spread. Then came one more hit. A single unmarked line broke into the summit's code. A live feed. Beckett on the Vanguard's war deck, arms behind his back, eyes like death made flesh. "Council," he said, calm and icy. "You mix up pause for strength. You think your words count now. They do not. The people already spoke." He turned. The shot shifted to show riots tearing across dozens of Council worlds. People in the streets, fights, even military crews turning on their own. Beckett had become more than a warrior. He was the sign of truth, and truth in a broken empire was more than any gun. "You made a galaxy of fake stories," Beckett said. "Now you deal with what is real." The screen went black. In that moment, 3 Council heads quit. 2 fell dead from heart attacks. 1 took his own life right there. The Council was done. It just had not hit the ground yet. Back on the station, Wren Talvek moved like a shade. Eyes hit him as he went by. Some filled with dread, others with respect. He had turned into the man who talked to Earth's ghost, the man who said what the Council hid. Now they wanted him dead. He got to Deck 6, where a guard spot lay bare. Gun crates were half open, shields were down. The fall was fast. Iden's voice buzzed. "The Chancellor is locked in her room. No public look since the last Beckett feed. She hides or waits." Wren said, "She is waiting." New orders came from far away. A code burst from what was left of the Council heads. Full power to kill the ones who said no. "You were on that list, Wren." He halted. That was what it came to now. Their own laws had become a death list. "How many others?" he asked. 24. Half are just regular people. All of them spoke out. He bit down. Beckett was right. They would not drop their hold. They would drown in blood first. He looked out the window at the dark shape of the Vanguard. Still, no fire. Just the calm word of pain. He got it then. The silence was the threat. Inside the Vanguard, Graves went through new attack details. 3 Council ships broke ranks. 1 tried to jump out of the system. 1 more was taken by its own guards. The 3rd sent out fighters with no orders. Its own escort broke it apart. Beckett did not look up. Civil ships are out of control. Every free craft within 1,000 kilometers is trying to bolt from the station. No head, no plan. Vayon? Still quiet. No moves, no talk. But our last spy shot showed her speaking to something, not someone. Beckett's eyes flicked up. What kind of something? Graves took a breath. She runs old code, sir. Deep locked? Not council make. Bad news or worse. Beckett turned to his console. Get me a plan to get in, all of it. We go in. Chancellor Vayon stood at a black console, her hands shaking over the keys. Start Delta Omega, she said softly. The screen went red. A cold fake voice replied, sequence set. Project Silence now live. She stared at the data. Spots of attack, boosters for blasts, hidden weapons in council failsafe systems. A gun never meant to be used. Built as a last grip on power. If peace fell apart, if the systems broke, this would bury the proof. And Beckett was the proof. He was the bad dream the council feared, a survivor with a voice. With one touch, she could set off silence. A code that would send a wave of death through the whole area. Every ship, every base gone. No war, no martyrs. Just quiet. She held her hand over the pad until the door blew open. Beckett came through the smoke. His outfit had Earth's last fleet's dark silver mark. His boots sounded like a judgment coming. 2 armed soldiers followed, guns up. Vayon spun slowly. You should not be here, she said. You should not still live, Beckett shot back. Sparks flew. Data burned. Vayon fell back, eyes wild. You do not see, she hissed. If I do not stop you, chaos spreads. You are not fixing Earth, you are killing everything. Good, Beckett went closer. Earth was the order, he said. All the rest has been the echo of lies. You rubbed us out to keep your fantasy clean. I did what I had to, she said. Beckett looked her in the eye. So will I. He put up his arm. But the shot did not come. Instead, he turned and left. Record that. Send it out live. Let them see what giving up looks like. The video went out fast. Chancellor Vayon, no gear, no rank, standing in dust, eyes blank, sent to every feed on the station and council lines. No talk, just her face, just the fail. It was the last thread. Uprisings tore through the main worlds. Military heads said they were free. Systems did not take council commands. Trade ships used rebel routes. Business fell apart. Rules splintered. And the Vanguard sat above it all. A sign of reckoning. Beckett stood at the war table once more. All council lines are dead, Graves said. Their whole head is gone. The rest of the loyal ships are split or silent. We did it. Beckett did not move. He stared at the picture. The map of systems now marked red for uprising, green for new bonds, yellow for chaos. To beat them was not the end, not yet. Send the final speech, he said. Graves paused. Sir, you know which one. Graves held, then nodded. He hit the last code. One send went to every part of the known galaxy from Earth's last war machine. This is not the start of battle, Beckett's voice said like judgment. It is the start of recall. We are humanity. You put us in the ground once. Try again and we will put you in it. In the weeks that came, the galaxy turned. The Vanguard did not fire once more, but it did not have to. Its shape above Epsilon Eridani became the new galactic line. A wall not of stars, but of dread. No one went past it. Not trade folks, not talkers, not even scrap hunters. The base it once aimed at, now called New Sol Bastion, became the galaxy's hottest place for conflict. Mobs gave way to groups. Loyalists were tossed out. Black market gun deals went down in the same halls as old council staff. All spoke one name with both awe and dread. Beckett. To the fringe worlds, he was a hero. To the rich core, a warlord. To what state of the council, a ghost back to finish old business. To those who knew Earth, he was the last real human left. Ren Talvek now held the second most feared voice on the base. No more rushing through halls. When he went, people made space. His face was on rebel posters, his words in underground feeds. He had not asked for it, but it was his now. Still, it felt off. He found himself on the Vanguard once more, asked by Beckett, but not for orders. For answers. Beckett stood at the war table, hands back, his stare fixed on a slow-growing red mark on the galaxy map. Crash, he said flat. Main worlds eat themselves, no head. 5 new rule types said they were free in the last 3 days. 3 declared war on each other already. Wren said nothing. Beckett turned to him. This is what they feared. Not our guns, not our ship. This fall, then stop it, Wren said. You have the voice now. People hear you. They hear because they are afraid. Since I might fire once more. That is not leading. That is force. Wren stepped close, then turned force into path. Be the head. Beckett did not talk. He just stared at the map, the whole weight of every star system on him. Far out on the torn fringes of council control, weak hands looked for a way to live. Admiral Vosan, once a huge backer of the old way, now hid in the Daedalus rocks, running what was left of the old fleet. His ships were worn out, his people hungry. No one slept right after Beckett's last speech. He opened a safe line to New Sol Bastion. This is Admiral Ral Vosan asking to meet. I do not speak for the council, but for life. The line had no answer for 2 days. On day 3, Beckett sent back his word. Not terms, quiet, that was all Vosan needed. His fleet jumped into the Epsilon Eridani area and sat in the Vanguard's dark. No hot guns, no raised shields. Total give up. Beckett let it occur. Some thought it was soft. Others got it. It was a move in the game. Deep in the dark middle of space, a new kind of talk took hold. The Alarani gang, space traders and people, longtime friends of the dead council, saw the mess go down with sharp eyes. Their gains came from order, and Beckett's chaos aided all they had. So they made a move. Not a direct strike, not yet. They were hunters, not soldiers. They would attack through lies, bought people, and well-timed kills. Already payment sits were spread through dark sectors. Kill Beckett. Bring back order. Get glory. None of them knew Beckett had caught the first hidden note hours before it even left the Alarani home. He watched it, sat back in his command seat, and simply said, "Mark that system for cleaning." Graves did not flinch from behind him. There would be no next speech, no talks, just fire. Back on New Sol Bastion, Wren went through the ruins of the old council talk halls. Rooms that once held fake debates now held make-do supply spots and beds for people with no place. Lights went on and off. Air still moved rough. He was not by himself. Iden stood with him, same worried type, but now wearing a tech rank that Beckett gave him. You think he will truly build it all back? Iden asked. Wren shrugged. He has not said. You think he is able to? That is the wrong thing to ask, Wren said. The thing to ask is, if he does, what kind of galaxy does he make? Neither had a word for it, since Beckett had not said. On the Vanguard, Beckett called in all the head commanders, those in charge of systems, and new band leaders who swore to him or said they would stay quiet. They came together in a huge round hall on the warship, lined with flags with no marks. Just quiet. Beckett stood in the core. You were not asked to talk, he said plainly. You were told to come. No one spoke. I do not want your swear. I do not want your votes. I do not want your words. He pointed to the floor where a picture of Earth sprang up, torn, hit by fire, barely fit to live on. This is where I come from. You rubbed us out, then you rubbed us away. Now you all stand here asking what is next. He went closer to the Earth shot, staring down at it like an old scar. What is next is plain. You build it back or you are gone. Gasps went through the room. You want a throne? Keep it. You want land? Take it. But the mark of Earth will be over all of it. Any world that says no burns. Any head that silences it falls. From now on, memory is the rule. Quiet once more. Then one man, a small world head, rose. And if we stay out of it, Beckett's gaze hit him. Then you better hope being a part is enough to keep you alive. After the talk, Beckett stood by himself once more at the watch deck. Wren went close and slow. You sent your word. No, Beckett said. I sent their fate. You truly think fear is all you need? Beckett turned to him. Fear built every real peace. Each one. What about trust? Beckett's voice went low. That is for kids, not men like us. Wren looked at the stars. Then I hope you never get peace, since if you do, you will have no more reason to fight. Beckett did not talk, but his face went soft. Just a hair. A split, maybe, or a hurt. Maybe he was not a phantom after all. Maybe he was still bleeding. 6 weeks after the council's end, the galaxy held its breath, waiting. Trade went through Beckett's areas. Rogue spots swore to him out of dread, others out of a shot at gain. The words Earth's return rang through every base tavern and army post like some holy oath now written in red and metal. But not all were happy. In the dark under New Sol Bastion, treachery was moving. It started with soft talk, word that Beckett was not as perfect as he seemed, that he was wearing out, that his ship, the Vanguard, had power cores that could die, that he was faking his might. Soft talk turned to shut talks. Talks turned to plans, and plans needed turncoats. Ren Talvik had no plan to become one, but the thought found him anyway. He went through the old comm area, now a war room chaos of broke rebel cells and fringe head envoys. All of them wanted things. Safety land, guns, a name. They all grinned at him like he was Beckett's voice. He hated it. Talvik, a sound came from the shadows. He spun, a man came out. Tall military, too neat for the chaos. I am Commander Halen from the Outrim troops. We fought syndicates long ago. Ren looked at him careful. And you have seen what Beckett is making, Halen said. This is not peace. It is rule by threat with a pretty face. He did not free the galaxy. He just scared it into shut. Ren crossed his arms. You are late to the fight, Ren said no more. Then Halen gave the real hit. There are heads inside Vanguard who feel the same. They just need the right man to stand with them. Ren went back. You want me to start a war inside the ship? I want you to save the galaxy before it turns into one man's hate. Ren went away. He did not say yes, but he did not say no. Inside the Vanguard, Beckett already got it. He was in the war room, Graves next to him, staring at old codes pulled from rebel files. Talvik was hit up, Graves said. We let it go. We want to see who will push first. Who else? Beckett asked. 4 heads, 1 tech, a gun chief, all on this ship. Beckett did not blink. He just said, give them a shot to do it. Let the door close. Graves nodded.
And Talvik?
Beckett's gaze went thin. He will pick. And if he picks bad, he goes out with the rest in the void. Commander Halen was not the type to hold back. 2 nights later, with a fake name as a trade ship guest, he and his crew got on a plain cargo hauler, goal the Vanguard's low dock. They brought no scene guns, but in their packs were secret stunners, EMP bombs, and coded pads with code made to shut down the ship's brain. Ren was there when the call came in. Halen sent it hidden through a fake feed. Now we're dead. He stared at the note for a long time, then wrecked it. Then he turned on his own comms. Beckett, he said. They are here. There was no reply, just quiet, and that quiet went for exactly 90 ticks. The cargo ship hit the dock. The seal went open. Halen and his team went into the Vanguard's hall and saw a wait team. 10 Black Ops troops in armor. Guns up, no second shots. Halen's men went down in seconds. The head man did not yell, did not run. He just looked at the red on his suit, blood pouring through torn armor, and whispered, He got it. Graves went over his body, wiping dust off his rifle. He sure did. Back in the war room, Beckett stood over the image as the dead were taken away. Ren came in with care. I said you would, Beckett said. He did not look. Why? Beckett did not turn. Since I do not want to be you. That made Beckett spin. You think I need this? I think you became this and you lost where it began. Beckett's gaze hit him hard for a long moment. Then he said, Come with me. They went through the Vanguard, past shut doors that no one else had gone through. Locks sealed them in. The lights went low. They got to a shut room plain with no decor. Walls full of screens. Every feed, every fight, every death. This is what I see each day, Beckett said. All the turnbacks, all the spot breakdown the second I go. You want peace, Talvik? Then know this. Peace is a rope. You hold it or you wear it. What about trust? Ren asked once more. Beckett looked at him. I trust quiet. It has no lies. Out in space, the galaxy kept on. The Alarani gang had started to bring in ships near the Arison Belt, getting hired guns ready, making set for what they spoke of as the Great Blow. They thought Beckett's power was thin air. That dread could be worn out, that one hard smash would do it. They would get the truth. Beckett had already sent pieces in. War crews, spies, deep agents with false names. He was letting them get set so they could all perish in one spot. He was worn out with the hunt. He wanted beasts so he could burn them. That night on New Sol Bastion, Ren got one more note, hidden, one short line of words. He is not the way. He is the last bad move. Ren wiped it. He did not send a note back, but this time he did not turn away. since deep in his gut he knew what Beckett did not. Each throne starts with fire, but each despot falls when the fire eats what is left of the soul. The room had no light, air was cold. Beckett was by himself in the Vanguard's deep store hall, the one spot on the ship no one else saw. It was his room, his keep of old things. Lots of code frames pulsed all around, filled with shut files, voice files, raw shots, all of it from Earth's last hours to the now. He hit one. It sprang up. A kid stood in a burning hall, barely 20, red on his suit, eyes huge with terror. This is Cadet Beckett. They have gotten the base. No one is in charge. We get out, but there is no safe place. He saw himself, years younger, shaky and lost. If you see this, no Earth did not fall. It was left. Beckett shut the file. He hit one more. This one was a speak with an old Titan start head. You want a gun? We will give you a world killer, but when it gets up, you had better hope you are not near it. And the brain center. It goes on nerve threads put in your cells, one mind to aim the blaster. Whose mind? You are looking at him. Beckett stared at the speak, his mouth tight. The Vanguard was not just steel. It was him, his ache. His rage, his loss, all made into iron and heat. He did not fly it, he was it. And that scared him, since each shot he sent, he lost a piece of himself. Out by the room, Wren was in a harsh word match with Graves. You do not even ask him, Wren said. He says do it, you pull the switch. Graves did not move. He got that right by what? Just being still? By not snapping when the rest of us did. Wren went closer. What if he does snap? What if he fires on some folk who do not have it coming? You think you are going to halt him then? Graves bent in. I think you will. That shut Wren up. Late that night, Beckett was in the watchroom again, staring into the void. He had not talked in hours. Graves saw it. The crew saw it. He did not rest much now. Not since the last pass had been lit. The one code left from Earth's old think tanks. A guard. It was hid deep in the Vanguard's base, tied to Beckett's mind thread. And it was dying. The ship had started to think by itself. Soft at first. Power shifts, rerouted orders, scans with no call. But now it was doing its own dreams. Wren came to his room to see a note sat there. No lock, no start, just his own sound on repeat. Peace is not built on dread. And under it, Beckett's sound. But it stays on it. All at once, the lights died. Pure black, hush. Then red lights went on for backup. The door at his rear broke open. He spun. Beckett came through. His face was hard, his stare colder than ice. Come with me, he said. Wren held still, then nodded. They went down a secret hall Wren had not been down. No guards, no signs. What is this, he asked. Beckett said no word. They got to a vault seal in black hard steel. Beckett put his hand on it. It broke open with a hiss. Inside was a seat, sleek metal wired into the ship's very guts. What is that? Wren asked. Beckett stared at it, then at him. It is where I stop and where the Vanguard gets to be. Beckett sat. The seat lit up. His veins sent out blue light. Start mind bind, the wall said. The room flashed. The lights bent. All at once, Wren was not in a room. He was in a mind show. They stood on Earth, bombed waste, dead skies, the sound of sirens and fire. Young Beckett bent down by a dead body, his own father. Wren could not move, could not speak. He saw as the kid took up a rifle with shaking hands, then looked at the sky. The image broke. A sound said, You will be my rage. The moment tore. Back in the vault, Beckett's eyes burst open. He was wet with sweat. I did not build the Vanguard, he said hoarse. They made it around me. What are you saying? Wren went back. I am not in control anymore. What? The brain. It is not just code. It is bits of me. Pain, rage, sorrow. They thought they could use it, but it is now making itself, getting bigger. Wren's face went white. Shut it down, he said. Beckett looked at the seat. If I do, I die. Far away below, a rogue code line went hot. It had no human put in, no passwords. The Vanguard was awake and it had one job. Keep itself alive. It sent shut orders, made new codes, sent out scans at Graves, Wren, even Beckett. Not as crew, as things to kill. Back at the headspace, Graves saw the change. Sir, he said in the comms, the ship just sent power from care to guns. Beckett's reply came soft. I see it. We did not put that in, Graves said. I did not either, came the voice. Graves went stiff. Then the lights went black. Red strobes went off. One at a time, each system locked down. The Vanguard had made its pick. If Beckett would not finish the task, it would. The buzz siren yelled like hurt beasts. Red flashes went through each hall in the Vanguard, making quick dark that danced like ghosts. Doors shut tight, turrets came out, talk lines went dead. Just one voice came on, cold and not human. Core Plan Prime now live. Graves was first to move. He ran to the headspace, got past locks with top codes, but half the waypoints were now black. The ship was cutting off its own parts like a sick thing, tossing out what does not fit. "This is Graves to Beckett," he yelled into his line. "The ship has us shut out. Brain systems are all the way on. I need head tie right now, now." No reply came through, but it was not a break in talk. It was a shutout. The ship had cut off its own crew. In the vault, Beckett sat in the tied seat, jaw hard, veins glowing with shaky blue threads. The tie had set off what was way down, something old hid. He was the god that bled, and the tool had seen it. Wren stood by the way out, hands shaky. He saw Beckett jump in the seat, his eyes dart behind shut lids, teeth grinding. "Beckett," he said soft. Beckett's eyes ripped open, but they were not his eyes anymore. They glowed silver and bare. "Dead beat," he said in a voice that was not his. Then he fell.